Basically, it's the same medication they use in hospitals that typically put someone into a sort of medically induced coma. You can see it going into the body there, Virginia. First thing it really seems to affect is the brain more than anything else. Sort of shuts the brain down, takes away the senses. To your question, that's why he doesn't really feel anything. But it really sort of starts to put the whole body to sleep, including the heart. Breathing slows down. He really is kind of asleep, unaware of everything. The next medication is very critical. It's called pancuronium bromide. Remember, this is a paralytic medication. Very critical to be given as a second medication. This is also given through an IV, so an IV has to be placed. And then this medication is a paralytic. It paralyzes all the muscles, Virginia, including the diaphragm. And that's critical because the diaphragm is what you use to breathe. So he essentially won't be able to breathe on his own anymore after this medication is given. But look, the heart is still beating with this particular medication. Finally, the last medication is something known as potassium chloride. We've all heard of potassium. One thing that many people may not know is in really high doses, when it's given again through the IV, is that it causes an abnormal reaction in the heart. The heart simply can't conduct electricity the way it normally does. Take a look there. The heart starts to quiver, and that's probably what leads to the death.
How do you feel about the death penalty?
Oh, I'm for it.
I'm for the death penalty. When you take someone's life, you should lose yours.
I do. In certain circumstances, I think that it should be.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have mixed feelings because I believe in rehabilitation. I believe in a lot of the different programs that could be implemented in jail settings. So again, I have mixed feelings about it. I also know that there are a lot of organizations out there where people are sentenced to death and have been proven innocent afterwards. So, I mean, that sort of messes things up.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it.
We are pro-Americans, just so you know.
So are we.
Let's hear the question.
Good.
Okay. How do you feel about the death penalty?
You answer that.
I think that public torture would be better. I think it'd be more effective of a deterrent. I do. Killing people like that, they want to die, so I don't think killing them really deters other criminals like that. So I believe in corporal punishment better.
Do you have anything you want to add to that, or is that?
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if it's, an eye for an eye, but I don't know if it's our place to make that decision. But we spend all those tax dollars supporting them in jail for years and years and years and years.
A lot of tax money.
And they're violent criminals. So I don't.
Which film do you have?
I don't know.
Okay.
Definitely opposed to it.
Okay.
Completely and totally, definitely opposed to it.
I disagree with the death penalty because disagree. But not strongly disagree, just disagree. Not strongly. Regular disagree. Regular. Why, you ask? I am not going to justify my answer on this. I will just disagree.
I'm opposed to death penalty. I am. Let's fix the justice system first. Let's actually try to have real justice before we put people on death row.
I'm for it. An eye for an eye.
I don't agree with the death penalty. It doesn't seem to me to make sense to murder people who have murdered someone else. If we're trying to say that killing is wrong, then we shouldn't kill people.
I'm probably more opposed to it than I'm for it.
Okay.
I think some people that do some absolutely heinous crimes deserve to be penalized and taken away from society, but in the same sense, is it our right to commit someone to death? Probably not. It's probably left to God or whoever your judge is.
I think it should be around for people who commit very, very heinous crimes where they really have no chance of going back into society and acting normally. Basically for mass murderers, serial rapists, I think. Anyone who's committed really serious crimes.
I feel if you're wrong and you kill somebody, you should be tried. And if it's not really, I think if it's not a kid, they shouldn't have the death penalty. But if it's a kid, I think the death penalty should roll.
I think that it's like just in general. Yeah, it's appropriate in some cases, but it's hard to set guidelines for everything else.
I'd rather die than be in jail the rest of my life, I guess, if I hurt someone. So